Hello everyone, SirMonkeySuit Zappy here, back again with Demon Slayer. We are on episode 14 of season 1, and in the last episode, they had the most desperate cutscene I've ever seen in my entire life. Especially one that I've reacted to, I know that for a fact. I mean, I've had some fucking hellish cliffhangers in the past, but a lot of them made sense. A lot of them did not wait and draw things out just so they could fucking cliffhanger it, to the detriment almost of Tanjiro's character. Because he wouldn't have just waited there and watched Zenitsu getting beaten up, would he? But regardless, it did end it that way. So, yeah, Tanjiro is now charging towards the ball guy. Now, the last thing I want, right, I swear to God, if I don't get, like, a good, like, attack, like, something, I want Tanjiro to, like, literally charge the ball guy down. I want him to do the attack that the ball guy likes to do. I want Tanjiro to do that to the ball guy. I want him to, like, literally, like, run through him. If for any reason, right, it stops, like, for whatever reason, like, the ball guy just decides to go, stop! Or something like that, I might go crazy. I might go fucking nuts. I mean, it's alright for me. Like, you know what I mean? I should say, actually, it's bad enough for me, and I'm watching this, like, directly after episode 13. I can only imagine how that would feel to people having to watch it week to week. God. Anyway, I don't think there's anything else to really talk about. You defeated the Cure guy. I'm still saying that, the Cure guy. You can't not say it. It's great. And he got the blood from it, and the cat messenger thing picked it up and is taking it back to Yushiro and Tamiyo. So, yeah, I don't think there's anything else to retell. I was just going to get in episode 14. So, yeah, if you do want to go watch the actual reaction, it's in the description below, and there's also the full-length reaction in the description below as well. So, if you do want to watch the full thing, you can do with that there. It'll take you over to my Patreon page. But yeah, nothing else to really say. We're going to get in episode 14 and see what we get. So, without further ado, let's go. Okay, episode 14. Fantastic episode. Probably the funniest one, I'd say. I like the group. I like the group now. The additions are great. Like, the sort of the dynamic between the group, how it kind of... The way that each of the characters sort of just interact with each other now is, like, really funny. You've got Inosuke, who is primarily focused on what Tanjiro's doing. Sees Zenitsu as like a weakling himself, so he doesn't focus on that, and because of Zenitsu's self-consciousness, he then focuses on Inosuke, you know. And then you've got like Tanjiro, who I didn't know at first whether he was just playing Inosuke, like if he was like purposefully putting on. Well, we know that he's humble and kind, so it's not that he's putting it on, but I wonder if he was specifically like doing it extra to Inosuke because he was smart enough to be aware that Inosuke doesn't like understand it or like it, or like, you know what I mean, it kind of gets under his skin or stops him from, you know, like, because I mean, it's pretty obvious to kind of see that Inosuke he wants that just challenge head on with somebody, and if somebody does challenge him, then it just ends up in a fight. So it wouldn't surprise me if Tanjiro was purposefully like being like, you know, consistently being kind with him to basically stop that from happening, you know. But yeah, I mean, like I said in the reaction, like it's never going to be the same. It's never going to be peaceful again. With those two added, it's just always going to be chaos, you know. But it was funny, it was good. So yeah, I mean, all right. So let's get this out of the way because I did it with the last episode. Like I said, how they basically delayed the last like 3 minutes of the last episode just so they could have the cliffhanger, right? And I said I would be pissed off if it didn't pick up and, you know, actually give us a good reason for waiting for the next episode. Me, not really as much, because obviously, like I said, I just watched it right after episode 13, so it's fine for me. But for those waiting a week, I think it was worth it. The big fucking, you know, smash into the ribs, cracking his ribs, and then the fight that ensued was great. Like, Inosuke is amazing at fucking, like, martial arts. How many times did he spin around him? He was like up there for like a good like 5 seconds, just you know, that's insane, absolutely nuts. You know, so that was a really cool fight between them. That was that was interesting as well because it wasn't swordplay, so it was something that we hadn't really seen before, where it was like, you know, completely unarmed. So that was really cool. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty much been confirmed at this point that the boar guy is a wild child, right? He said that he lives up on the mountain. He lived up like on there alone. He didn't have any parents or family or anything like that. So yeah, I feel like he just grew up and like just became this like just pure survivalist in the wild, and therefore that's why he just refers to himself as a just another sort of like beast in the wild as opposed to a human. But I think, just like I was doing with, just like I did with Zenitsu, how I didn't completely take the, you know, the upfront craziness as his, like, you know what I mean, like that's all who he is. I'm going to say that Inosuke has a little tidbit to his character that I think he's not really a fan of his sort of girly face, and I think that maybe a lot of people beforehand may have possibly not ridiculed him for it, but if they point it out, like, I feel like he does have a complex about it being that very pretty, pristine kind of, like, you know, girl's like feminine face that he's got when he's trying to, you know, build up that image of himself that no, I'm this fucking this absolute beast, and I should, like, you know, but I think that's why he wears the boar's head, personally, you know what I mean. But I mean, of course, that Inosuke, of course, he would have a feminine face. Any chance anime gets to do this, they do it every single fucking show. There's always one. I can't remember the last show. What was the last show I watched that didn't happen? You know, there's always fucking one. There's always one. So yeah, he's got a pretty face, but yeah, I can't get away with it. Just looking at that face with that voice coming out of it, God, it doesn't look right, does it? But it just is what it is. So yeah, the crow threw up a Wisteria demon ward to give to the older brother. Because of that rare blood, obviously he's going to be seeked out much more than others. So yeah, that should keep them away. Hopefully that'll be good. I still would have taken them back home all the way. I mean, it was fucking sunset. The sun was going down. That's still dangerous, you know? So yeah, but anyway, I'm sure they'll be alright, you know what I mean? I would like them to show up again, especially just because Zenitsu's like affiliation with Shoichi and thinking that Shoichi's like this fucking this like total badass. But yeah, it's funny. So yeah, they come up to the this house that is owned by a certain family with a Wisteria crest that the family was once saved by demon hunters, and therefore they are forever grateful, and therefore they offer all demon hunters in there for free, and yeah, basically keep them in there, look after them, you know what I mean, heal them, feed them, let them sleep, rest, and all of that kind of good stuff. So yeah, that's really cool. I like that. I mean, it is like, I guess, a sort of, I guess it depends, because it could be like, I was going to say it's a bit, I mean, it's great, and I love the fact that that's there, but it's going to be a bit tough if like you're a demon hunter on the other side of the country. You can't really go there, can you? That being said, I mean, it's being offered for free, so it's not like, you know, I'm not trying to act like, oh, it should be entitled, it should be everywhere. But I was thinking, what if it's a Pokemon case, and it's like they have one in like every town and city, you know? They just have like a Poke Center, if you will, just you know, dotted around. Like the Wisteria family is just so big and great that they house people across the country. So you know, there's one not too far away. I don't know. We'll see if that comes into play or not. But yeah. So yeah. So Zenitsu. Well, I should probably say Nezuko. She decided to come out. I did obviously ask the question, like, how are they going to even respond? Inosuke was not fussed whatsoever. He was not like. I feel like as soon as Tanjiro came along, Inosuke was just like, I don't even care. I don't care. You know what I mean? He wants to fight Tanjiro and not. He doesn't care about Nezuko really. And of course Zenitsu would act that way. I figured he would. You know, but like thinking, I didn't think that he would think that Nezuko was Tanjiro's girl. You know, I didn't think that would be the case, but that's the way he thinks of it. I'm sure it'll not be long before, like in the beginning of the next episode, Tanjiro will point out, she's my sister, mate. You know, and then Zenitsu will try to hit on her. I know he will. I just know he will. So yeah. Also, ending credits. So I watched obviously that as well as the opening, but in the ending credits there was a little thing. Let's see if I can get it up here. Because there was a little thing that I saw that I wasn't sure if it was. I feel like it was Tanjiro's father, because it looked like Tanjiro was a kid there, and it would make sense because he's obviously been in like he's been introduced obviously with the Kibutsuji thing, you know. No, that was too late. Where are you? It looked like he was wearing like this kind of sort of like similar to what Yushiro was creating, right? With the paper or whatnot, or whatever the fuck it was. I don't know. Yeah, it's got to be, hasn't it? Right, so this guy, it has to be, right? I recognize the red hair. It's got to be, right? He's wearing like a thing over, like I guess in between like his bandana or whatever. He looks like he's doing like some sort of ritual dance. But yeah, he looks like a bit of a almost like a Cookie character, like somebody who we saw for a split second in an image, obviously where Kibutsuji was like those earrings, right? And also you can see them on him there, so the red hair and the earrings. We saw him that split second for being a badass, but it wouldn't surprise me if he was like one of those like very cheerful fucking crazy, like, you know, crazy dads when he was like around his kids and whatnot, you know. But yeah, I think down there that must be, it's obviously Tanjiro. I think it's the mother, and that must be Nezuko on the back, possibly. Because they're the oldest, aren't they? Tanjiro and Nezuko. The oldest siblings. I think they are. So yeah, I think it's got to be his dad there. Not that it really means much, but, you know. I just thought I'd put it there because, you know, point it out or whatever. To make the video a bit longer than it already is. Why not? But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got. Like, it wasn't a big episode to talk about in terms of discussion, because it was just fucking just craziness between, you know, the three amigos, if you will, you know, and their dynamics. Like, it was really fun, this episode. It was definitely the funniest episode of the series so far. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see what adventures they get up to next, and also like the next assignments coming up, because I figured they would go off, like, you know, like get like the Demon Slayer thing seemed more like it was like a solo job. Like, you would have one Demon Slayer go and do their mission and another Demon Slayer go do theirs. But I mean, I don't know if it's going to be interesting to see how, when you've got three of them together, like how, I guess, much better the opponents are going to be. You know, there's going to be a lot more interesting fights. So yeah, I'm excited for all of that. But yeah, that's all I've got. But if you do want to go watch episode 15 and 16 right away, you can do by going over to my Patreon and becoming an early access tier patron, and that'll give you access to 15 and 16 right now. So go and enjoy that if you wish. You can also watch them in full length as well with the full length tier, and, you know, watch it all in full and not just the 10-minute version. And there are other tiers where you can pay to have a show react to as well. So if you want me to react to a show, go have a look at those tiers, see what they offer. There's also a link down there in the description for the Discord if you want to go and join that. Ask me any questions, anything like that, then you can do. But yeah, that's all I've got. So thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.